I'm Joseph Miller from the Show Me Institute. Last week, Citizens for Modern Transit held a race between drivers, bikers, and MetroLink riders from one MetroLink station to the other to see which mode was the fastest. We think that's a bit rigged, so we're going to have a race of our own. Come on, we'll see how it goes.
On your marks, get set, go!
The Citizens for Modern Transit race is going from one MetroLink station, the Forsyth MetroLink station, to the Shrewsbury MetroLink station. So we thought that was a little unfair because you're just going from one MetroLink to the other. How can the MetroLink possibly do badly, right? We're going from our offices, which is really in the heart of the Central West End, to BARcelona and Clayton. Both those places, they're well positioned for the MetroLink. No one would say they're far away, but it's more reasonable to how people actually use it. And you know, this is just another example of how city planners and Metro Transit Agency are just rigging the game in favor of light rail.
I think it's Lucky Star by Madonna, one of her earlier hits. I've always liked Madonna's earlier stuff, you know, Borderline, True Blue. But you know, around that Pop and Don't Preach phase, I kind of tuned out.
The light rail, it's incredibly expensive. They've spent over $1 billion on the light rail since they built the thing in 1994. And they made a lot of really large promises for it.
That's what I believe, Greg, driving the speed limit, because they're not suggestions. I believe in road safety, and I think most of the employees at the Show Me Institute do too. It's all about being responsible.
Their only solution is to build more light rail. They want to build another line north to south through the middle of the city, and they want to build a line out to St. Charles County. Lucky!
So that's why I believe in going a safe speed, even when I'm in a race. Because getting there first is not as important as getting there alive.
So we're probably going to lose to the car here, but we should be able to beat the biker. Maybe we'll see her riding around somewhere. So we've been traveling for a little over 20 minutes now, and that means we're probably going to beat the biker. We got on the train right away. We didn't have to wait at the stop at all, but we'll probably have already lost to the car. Since 2000, hundreds of millions has been spent on the MetroLink. The transit ridership has stayed flat at 3.7% in St. Louis City and County.
What's that? Is that BARcelona? I think it is. So it's official.
I mean, the MetroLink promised a lot of development in its time. I mean, does anyone remember when the MetroLink was supposed to bring all the lunchtime traffic into Union Station? I mean, now it looks pretty empty, doesn't it? Or the St. Louis Center, which nobody even remembers. I mean, the MetroLink was supposed to save the St. Louis Center. And all the promises it made for East St. Louis, how it was going to get convention goers over to East St. Louis so they could have a golf course even, was one of the promises. Woo!
Second place, Team MetroLink, 31-32.
Yay!
No. Third place, Emily, Team Bicyclist, 34-28.
The city and city planners still want to spend hundreds of millions of dollars more on MetroLink. They want to put it in the city, they want to put it out to St. Charles County. And to sell that project to the city with its immense cost, they're going to keep doing PR stunts like they did last week, and they're going to keep making the MetroLink look more useful than it actually is to the people of the city. If St. Louis city officials and planners can stop bringing the game in favor of MetroLink, we might be able to build a more efficient and more useful public transportation system. Hey, can I get a ride?